Hello, my dear students. Join the physics classes with Rajiv sir. Now, in this session, we discuss about impulse. The first thing is impulsive force. What is impulsive force? Impulsive force is that which acting on a body for very short time interval and produces a finite change in momentum. Now, then that force is called impulsive force. Impulsive force, a large force acting for a short time to produce a finite change in momentum, is called a impulsive force. As we know, the impulsive force is that a large force acting for a short time to produce a finite change in momentum is called an impulsive force. Now the example of impulsive force is force exerted by a bat while by hitting a ball, or the contact time in between the ball and bat. Now, the blow of a hammer on a nail. The blow of hammer on a nail is also the example of impulsive force. The impulsive force is that which acting on a body for short time interval to produce a finite change in momentum. After that, we discuss about impulse. What is impulse? Impulse is the total effect of a large force. Impulse is the total effect of a large force which act for a short time to produce a finite change in momentum. Impulse is the total effect of a large force which act for a short time to produce a finite change in momentum. The impulse is equal to force into time duration is equal to total change in momentum, as impulse equal to force into time duration. That time duration is short. Okay, so total change in momentum, and dj is represent the momentum is equal to f dt. The dt represent short time interval. So J equal to dj is equal to dj equal to f dt. As we integrate the time dt, t1 tends to t2. So j बराबर dj is equal to f into dt. That f dt is integrated from t1 tends to t2. Now, if AB, if AB, the AB is written in subscript, and that AB is represent the average. So FAB is the average force. FAB is the average force. If FAB is the average force, so J is equal to integrate T1 times to T2 F average into dt. J equal to integrating from T1 times to T2 FAB into dt, or FAB, the integration of dt is equal to T. So dt T1 times to T2, and as we know that the upper limit minus lower limit. Okay, so FAB is equal to T2 minus T1, that equal to J. So J represent impulse, that J represent impulse. So J is equal to FAB into del T. Now the next thing we discuss about is called impulse momentum theorem. It's called impulse momentum theorem according to Newton's second law of motion. As according to Newton's second law of motion, according to Newton's second law of motion, which states that the applied force is equal to rate of change of momentum. The applied force is equal to the rate of change of momentum, as the applied force is F. So F equal to dp by dt, or dp is equal to f dt, and f dt is equal to dp, and we integrate the dp represents the small impulse. We integrate it from p1 times to p2. So dp is integrate at the limit of p1 times to p2. F dt, and the integration of dp is p, which have limit, lower limit p1 and the higher limit is p2. So f dt, as we know that the upper limit minus lower limit. Okay, so p2 is the higher limit, upper limit p2 minus lower limit p1. So f dt is equal to p1 minus p2 minus p1. That p2 minus p1 represent j, impulse change in momentum. So f dt is equal to j. So j बराबर p2 minus p1. Also f बराबर p2 minus p1 into dt, as p2 बराबर mv2 and p1 is equal to mv1. So mv2 minus mv1 divided by dt, or f is equal to m v2 minus v1, as m is common. So m v2 minus v1 by dt is equal to f. Application, as we seen in natural day, in common day, a cricketer can catch a ball with lower his hand. Okay, a cricket player lower his hand while catching a ball. At the time when catching a ball, it lowers his hand. Why? As we know that j बराबर f into dt. So f बराबर j by dt, or f is inversely proportional to dt. As the time is increases, the impulsive forces decreases. So the player lower his hand as it increases the time interval. As the player lower his hand, it increases the time interval, and when the interval is increases, the impulsive force is decreases. As the result of it, the cricketer does not hurt his hand. The second application is the automobile, car, bus, etc. are provided with shockers. When a vehicle move in an uneven road, which have some ups and downs, which cracks, it is called uneven road. So when a vehicle moves in on an uneven road, it receives a jerk. The shocker increases the time. Okay, the shocker increases in time as the action reaction increases the time and hence reduces the force. This makes journey comfortable and saves the automobile from damage due to bumps. A automobile, as a car or a bus, etc. are provided with shocker. When a vehicle moves on an uneven road, it receives a jerk. The shocker increases the time and hence reduces a force. This makes journey comfortable and save the automobile from damage due to bumps. Example: a batsman hit back a ball straight in the direction of bowler without changing its initial speed of 12 meter per second. So what does it mean? In the direction of ball, the speed of the in the direction of batsman, the speed of ball is 20 meter per second, and when batsman hitting the ball, then the ball gets the velocity 12 meter per second. In both cases, the velocity is same. If the mass of the ball is 0.15 kg, determine the impulse imparted by ball. So as we know that j is equal to mv minus u. So 0.15 minus 12 is equal to minus 24. So the j is, the impulse is minus 3.6 Newton second. In the next session, we discuss about rocket propulsion, or Newton third law of motion. Okay, tell them goodbye. Have a good day. Thank you.